A young girl is taking on Baltimore City Public Schools after being knocked unconscious while waiting for the bus after class.
As Project Baltimore's Chris Papps explains, the 10-year-old is suing the $1.2 billion school system, claiming it failed to protect her.
Hi, boy. Hi, boy.
She always wanted a puppy.
You don't want the ball? His ears will go really back, and his tail will just wag so much. And that makes me really happy because I love him. Like, he's my comfort.
So I'm handling it as the best I can. But as far as being a parent, it's like, as soon as my phone rings, I'm always worried. I'm always scared because of that day.
Project Baltimore first met Felisha Robinson and her daughter Makayla after they moved to Maryland from Georgia in 2017. 3 years after her husband, a police officer in Rennes, Georgia, was killed in a motorcycle crash. Her family needed a fresh start.
Yay! This one looks pretty.
But shortly after arriving in Baltimore, disaster struck again.
Her level of anxiety is through the roof. She's still having so many headaches, and I don't like that at all.
On December 1st, 2017, months after moving to the area, Felisha's then 7-year-old daughter was knocked unconscious. Her head slammed against a brick wall by another student at Waverly Elementary in North Baltimore. Makayla Jones was diagnosed with acute head injury with loss of consciousness, according to her medical report. She began seeing a neurologist. After the attack, Makayla and her mother spoke to Project Baltimore.
I just couldn't move and I couldn't open my eyes.
She laid there unconscious, and who knows, what was, of course, when you're out of consciousness, but who knows what was going on then. And when she did wake up, there's no one there relatively for her that was standing for her except for a teacher that told her to go wipe the blood off the back of your head.
Look at this. You don't want the ball?
Now, this family is speaking to Project Baltimore again because this now 10-year-old has sued her own school system, a $1.2 billion school system. And the case, Makayla Jones versus Baltimore City Board of School Commissioners, is heading to trial. The school system's denying fault for something that happened on school property to your daughter.
Correct. Yep. On school property.
Since Makayla's injury, the family says she has suffered from anxiety and severe headaches that affect her learning.
She's just always afraid that, something's gonna happen to her, or, somebody's gonna do something to her again.
City Schools declined an interview, saying it cannot respond to the specific incident. But we wanted to know, what liability does North Avenue have if a child is injured during school? We received a statement that said, if a student is injured on our property, City Schools has protocols to provide support and assistance. But the law does not make school systems liable for every student injury. Well-established legal standards require close review of the facts in light of the circumstances.
I just love to play with him.
This family and their attorney feel the facts are in Makayla's favor and North Avenue is liable. They're suing City Schools for medical bills and future therapy.
Like, imagine if I would have never woke up and that would have been my last day on earth. That's scary to feel like that. No, Pa. Good boy.
That feeling is why Makayla, this past summer,
Oh, you want that?
adopted Chase.
Sometimes he'll fall over and then he'll get up, like, act happy, like, all again, and it just makes me feel amazing because I love him a lot.
Chase gives her comfort, but her mom still wants something else.
She was unconscious, and the way the administrative staff handled it was poor. And I needed them to know that somebody needs to be held accountable for what happened that day.
I'm Chris Papst, and this is Project Baltimore.
Now, the case of Makayla Jones versus Baltimore City Public Schools is set for a June 18th trial. Project Baltimore will follow it.